Hey guys, I'm back with yet another interesting session on tables. I hope you've understood the concept of table which we did in the earlier session. As I told you, we're going to design a complex table today and understand how it is done. So, to make you understand the concept, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take help of Word. I'll just draw the table first and then make you understand the difference. I'm sure you all are aware of Word. So what I do is I make a 3 column and 3 rows table. That's my favorite number, I guess. Okay, so here's the table. Now see, this is the kind of table which we drawed in last session also. Now what if I want these two cells to be merged? Can you see? So how do we distinguish between a normal table and such kind of tables? The difference is that a normal table has equal number of rows in every column and equal number of columns in every row. I hope it's not confusing. So what I mean is that earlier we had 3 columns in every row and 3 rows in every column. Now, since I was telling you that what if I want these two cells to be merged? You understand? Or maybe these two cells to be merged. So in words it's very simple. Select the cells, click merge cells, it's done. But what about HTML in which we are actually drawing the table? So today we will understand the concept of merging rows and columns. So let's begin. So to keep an example, let's take this table only. What I'm going to do is I'm going to place data. Okay, perfect. Let's open our notepad file. Okay, great. So we have table in place. What I'm going to do is I'm going to work with the existing code, just making the changes. Now, let's see the difference. The difference is that now when we talk about the first row, there are two cells instead of 3, right? So we are going to make only 2 TDs. Please keep that in mind. Since we have 2 cells now, we're going to make 2 TDs and include these 2 cells in 1 TD. And how do we do that? We use a property called Colspan. Colspan here means column span. Now guys, please understand that Colspan will apply on the first cell which is being merged. So this is the first cell, so I have applied this code on the first cell. And then in the Colspan, the value is going to be the number of columns which are merged. Now here we have 2 columns, so I've given the value 2. So this code itself includes the second TD. And then we specify the data. And then in the similar way as we design normal table, we're going to put the second TD. And that's it. We just delete third one. Now moving on to the second row, all columns are in place. We are not merging anything. So we'll just change the data and we're done. Now coming to the third row, again the second cell and the third cell are being combined. So where do we put the Colspan? Yes, you're right, in the second TD. Done. And now I place the data and here we go. Let's just run our file. Okay, seems to have some problem. Okay, so let's see, where did we go wrong? Okay, we did not delete the third row. So I'm going to refresh and here we have. So can you see it's the same layout which we have here in the Word document. So now you understand how do we merge the columns? Perfect. Now similarly, I'm going to take an example wherein I'm going to merge rows instead of columns. So let's just redo this. Perfect. What I'm going to do is I'm going to combine these two cells and these two cells. Now can you see the difference now? Here two rows are being combined, and here also two rows are being combined. So in case of rows, the property which is used is row span. Now where do we put the row span? In the first cell which is being merged. In the first row, that's going to be the third TD, and in the second row it's going to be the first TD. Let's put the data again. And G. Perfect. Now let's edit the same table. Now instead of Colspan, we're going to have row span, and that too on the third TD, this one. So A, B are in place, and then TD row span is equal to 2. Sorry, with my typo mistakes, I'm in a hurry. Okay, perfect. And then the data, and then the TD closes. Okay, great. Now moving on to the second row, the first TD has to be row spanned. So the TD row span is equal to, again, two rows are being combined, and the data is D. Then the second cell is in place, so E. But if I talk about the third cell, it has already been merged with the TD of first row, so I'm not going to write it. I delete it from here. Guys, I hope this is clear and it's not confusing. Since we have already included the third TD in this row span, we are not writing it again. So our second row is done. We move on to the third row. Now in the third row, the first TD has already been combined with the first TD of the second row. So we are going to directly move on to the second TD, which says F, and then third TD which says G, and we save it. Let's see the output. Perfect. So here you see these two and these two are being merged. So this is how we use row span and col span to merge our cells. Now based on our requirement that how many columns do we need to merge, or how many rows do we need to merge, or both of them, it's up to us. We use the property and it is done. So guys, stay tuned for my next session. I'll be back. Till then guys, practice, practice and practice, because that's the only thing which is going to make you perfect. See ya.